Hi, it's Michelle, your holistic health coach, and today I wanted to talk with you about change. And do you roll with change, or are your feet firmly planted uh, in your resistance to change? And sometimes I think it might be a good idea to ask somebody that you have in the past trusted with honest feedback, because I think so many of us will say, oh yeah, I'll roll with change. I don't have any problems with change. And really the truth is that we haven't embraced change very well in our lives. So maybe ask somebody and see if they give you different feedback than what you would feel on your own. So what does it take? What does it take for you to make changes in your life? Is it a certain level of pain? For many, I think it's a certain level of pain. Is it fear? Because so many times we can stay where we're at because it's what we know. Even though it might be painful, you know the pain. And if you make a change, what's that going to be like? Or do you decide on the difficulty, the level of difficulty that it's going to take to change? Because, some change comes easy. I love moving the furniture around. And so to adapt to the change moving the furniture around, not so bad. Of course I know some people in my life have had a hard time dealing with my liking to move the furniture around and changing it up. But anyway, that is easy. So, we can say we maybe adapt to change and roll with change, but maybe it's because we embrace the easy changes and not so much the difficult changes. And so one of the things that I will share with you is that years ago, what happened to me that had really started me on my health journey, or improving my health journey, was that I lost my words. And I was young. I was in my mid-40s, and I hadn't had a problem articulating what I wanted to express. And all of a sudden, I couldn't come up with words. I'd be in the middle of a conversation and I'd be searching for a word I'd used how many times before, and I had to actually define the word so that the person I was talking to could then give me the word. And it was scary. I was probably in my later 40s, or mid to late 40s, and I thought, oh wow, I'm losing my mind. I mean, I've got early stage Alzheimer's or dementia. Something's happening here. And it took me a little while, because you sit with it, you know it, and to go and have it looked into and checked into can be scarier, because your mind goes off in all these directions of what it could be, and so then you sit in the fear and you don't make the change. But I did. After a time when it gets to be really scary, that level of fear, the level of pain, brought me to change, and I changed. I searched and found that really, it wasn't that I was losing my mind, but I had experienced a lot of stress in my life, and I had depleted my resources to deal with stress. My adrenals, my thyroid was affected, and so I made changes. And it's interesting, because when I ask about, when I work with clients and I ask about change, and particularly many are looking to change their health in one way or another, and there's different aspects of your health, but let's just deal with, nutritional health, physical health, sickness, illness, and it's like, how much do you want to change? You're telling me you're ready to change, but in my case, I found that I had a gluten sensitivity, and also, a sensitivity to dairy. And so, oh my gosh, I mean, I got to give up milk. We were a milk family, and I have to give up cheese. Oh my gosh, how do you get along without cheese? And then bread. I mean, there were times when I would stop at the bakery and buy a loaf of, oh my goodness, just fresh baked bread, and go home and get the tub out and just sit and have several slices of bread for dinner. So, I mean, I got it. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to give up bread. How am I going to give up bread? But see, for me, the pain of not giving up bread was so much worse, because I would continue on that path of losing my words and so many other things. I mean, it wasn't just my words. I mean, I was fatigued, and there was just a whole lot of things. And one of the things too is that we've really been conditioned that these things happen with age. And that is just not a statement that I embrace. Though I've had some doctors tell me that. And I know my dad, who's 89, he's had doctors tell him. And I think to myself, okay, but there's an 89-year-old over here who's not suffering from those things. So really that kind of doesn't play out. So I don't embrace it comes with age. There are some things to expect with age, gray hair, but really, I hope that you don't embrace that. I hope that you really feel that you can go into your later years feeling really, really great, and living a wonderful life, and not having to feel those things that they say, come on with age automatically. And so one of the things too that drives me, and I wonder what motivates you, and this is one of the things to look at as far as, what motivates you to make change, would be, what is that? And for me, of course, it is, I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference in my life. I want to help people feel better and live a long, happy, high quality of life. And then too, it's like, oh my gosh, I have children. I want to see everything that my children experience as long as I can. And I have grandchildren, and oh my gosh, I want to see my grandkids get married and have children of their own, and just see them thrive in their lives. And so I'm absolutely want to do all that I can and make the changes that I need to, and embrace those changes. But too, I'm not perfect. Like my video last week, I embrace perfect imperfection, because do I have a piece of bread now and then? Yeah, when you order mussels at the restaurant and they come with that broth of butter and cream and garlic, and maybe thyme is in there too, and they bring that fresh baked bread to dip into that broth, it's hard to resist that. So the real goal here is to embrace change. Sometimes that's not 100%. Sometimes that's, we like to push the 80-20. 80% is good and 20% is maybe not so good. But really think about how you've embraced change, and what changes do you need to make in your life. And you need to make these changes, and something's holding you back. Give it some thought, and gosh, if I can help you out in embracing the change, or figuring out what it is you need to change to improve your health in every aspect, nutrition, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, that job that you just have longed for, and you haven't reached out for it. please, take a minute to message me or leave a comment below. Share how it is that you've embraced change, or your fear about change, anything. I really appreciate your comments. Anyways, just wanted to stop by, encourage you to embrace change, roll with change. It's inevitable. It's going to happen in your life, and really just, make things happen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again for coming in and, stopping by and listening to my messages, and I hope they're very helpful. Take care. Enjoy the day.